Tensions between Israel and Lebanon have reached a critical point as both sides exchange fire along their shared border. The situation has escalated significantly in recent days, prompting international concern and calls for their escalation. The conflict erupted following a series of incidents starting with alleged Hezbollah rocket fire into northern Israel, which resulted in retaliatory strikes by the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF. Reports indicate multiple casualties on both sides, including civilians caught in the crossfire. In response to the escalating violence, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken urged Israel to exercise restraint and avoid further escalation, emphasizing the need to prevent the conflict from spreading beyond its current boundaries. Blinken's statement came after a meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, where discussions centered on finding ways to reduce tensions. Meanwhile, European Union Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell Fontelles described the situation in Gaza as dire, condemning what he termed disproportionate Israeli attacks against Palestinian territories. Borrell's remarks underscored growing international unease over the humanitarian impact of the conflict on civilian populations in Gaza. The United Nations has also expressed grave concern over the situation, with Secretary-General António Guterres calling for an immediate ceasefire and urging all parties to prioritize the protection of civilians. Guterres emphasized the need for humanitarian access to affected areas to provide essential aid and medical assistance to those in need. The conflict has further strained relations between Israel and its neighbors, with Lebanon accusing Israel of violating its sovereignty and launching unwarranted attacks on its territory. Israeli officials, however, argue that they are acting in self-defense against terrorist threats emanating from Lebanese soil. As diplomatic efforts intensify to defuse tensions, regional analysts fear that the situation could deteriorate into a broader conflict involving multiple actors. The volatile nature of the Israel-Lebanon border, coupled with historical animosities and unresolved territorial disputes, continues to fuel concerns of a wider regional conflagration. So, the situation at the Israel-Lebanon border remains highly volatile, with escalating violence and international calls for the escalation. The coming days will be critical in determining whether diplomatic efforts can succeed in easing tensions and preventing further bloodshed.